Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com.
Chosen ones, empaths, many of you see through the veil and you see the new supply is trash. You know, you see this narcissist involved in your life has gone onto a new supply and the new supply is trash. Right? But there is some of you, it's no fault of your own. You know, when a narcissist involved in your life leaves you with no closure, you resort to perhaps looking on their social media, or perhaps it was an incident that you couldn't really avoid and you actually saw them parading down the street holding hands, trying to invoke feelings of jealousy. That's what you've got to really understand and really take into account. They're trying to make you jealous. But what you need to really, really embrace, right? How you know that these new supplies are trash. Never compare yourself and be thinking that this new supply is better than you somehow. The narcissist will say things. I saw a comment today. I haven't got around to replying to it, but like the narcissist involved in this person's life said something like, "Oh, their new supply is so lovely," or something like this. "Best person ever," or something like this, right? You got to understand that these narcissists that were involved in your life know or have a rough idea that you're keeping tabs on them because they know they left you with no closure. You have to embrace that. They leave you with no closure because they're baiting you to start looking on their social media. It's a baiting process. They leave you with no closure. They leave you hurt. They devalue you. They cause all this pain inside you. They disappear on you, ghost you, do whatever. So you're in a place for you to get any closure. You feel like you need to look on their social media, right? And that's okay for a time. But if you're looking on their social media and hurting yourself, many of you will look on their social media and you'll see that they've downgraded. You'll see that the new supply is trash. But some of you are falling into the trap set by the narcissist involved in your life, that was involved in your life. You're falling into the trap. You're believing the lie. You're believing the facade. You're believing the fantasy that they're trying to paint to you. Now, the reason why I will assure you that this new supply is trash is because they knew about you before it even ended. Narcissists, I'm not trying to trigger you now, but narcissists don't just leave a supply like yourself and take a period of time out, you know, to reflect and to think and like what normal people do. They fall into these rebound relationships, right? And rebounds exist even in normal relationships, but these new supplies are rebounds. And the reason what I'm saying is these new supplies knew about you while you were still together. The narcissist used to confide in them. Please don't be triggered. The narcissist used to confide in them. Used to tell them all the bad things that you do. Used to play the victim. And this new supply soaked it all up. Soaked it all up. That, to me, if I'm wrong, put it in the comment section. But that, to me, is not an empath. An empath isn't going to do that. An empath isn't going to know that someone is taken and be trying to take someone from someone else. They're not going to do that. But you don't need to be upset about someone taking your trash away. They're both trash. They're both trash. The narcissist that was involved in your life and their new supply, they're trashy. They're dusty weirdos. You don't need to be upset about them, you know? And just to think that this narcissist that was involved in your life had all this secrecy, maybe had secret phone calls, maybe had secret meetings with this new supply, and they didn't know what to do at one point. They enjoyed the supply from both of you, you know? And then they made the foolish decision to cut you loose, or they become so toxic that you cut them off. However it was, discard, reverse discard, or you cut them off because they become too toxic. And they straight away paired up with this new supply. That's what they did. But this new supply knew all about you. So you don't need to worry about the new supply. They knew all about you. You don't need to worry about them. They heard all of this stuff about you. Narcissists would confide in them. Tell them things. And this new supply wanted to divide you up. Don't blame the new supply entirely. The narcissist that was involved in your life is at fault as well. Right? Because no one would allow something to happen like that unless they wanted to. So you've got to let them make their bed and lay in it. They're not going to be content in this new relationship. They had someone like you, a precious stone, a rare gem, someone special, someone loving, someone kind, someone empathetic. And they've settled for trash now. So don't believe if you see the narcissist saying things like on their social media, oh, this new person that they're with is so great and wonderful. That means the exact opposite. That means they want everyone to think that this new situation is great and wonderful. They don't really mean it. You see? Now, I'll bring into something as well. Some of you may have gone through this. The separation occurred between you and the narcissist involved in your life. You went east, they went west. And you might have looked on their social media very early on. And you didn't see no new supply. Right? Maybe for some time. And then all of a sudden, this might not be apparent for you, but in a lot of cases it will be. And then all of a sudden you saw a post with a new supply. Right? Firstly, that needs to be your point where you detach. Right? That can be your closure. But what you got to understand is they was embarrassed to post their new supply. And they also didn't want to reveal to you to help do it because they knew that you might detach. It will help with your healing. As painful as it is, it will help with your healing. They didn't want to reveal that they have actually got a new supply to keep you on the hook, to keep you on the shelf, right? But once you see that someone that you loved and cared about is so able to just go on with someone new, that needs to be your point of detachment. That needs to be your point of detaching. Do you know how many victims of narcissistic abuse I've spoken to that have seen that the narcissist involved in their life is downgraded with the new supply? And I want you to try and embrace that. Please. I don't want you looking at this new supply, comparing yourself, thinking that they're better than you, or anything like that. This new supply is trash. Please embrace what I'm telling you. They knew about you. Personal stuff that was meant to be kept between you and the narcissist involved in your life. Personal stuff that should be kept in a relationship between the two of yourselves. They shared with this new supply. Right? Anyone, this stable-minded, decent person would not engage in trying to tear a couple up. They wouldn't engage in that, right? They wouldn't engage in that at all. Now, that's not to say some of you may have been duped or tricked in going with the narcissist and then you found out they had a family or they had a partner or they had someone else in their life. That's a totally different story because you were tricked, right? But majority of empaths, I don't believe, would embark on a new relationship with someone knowing they had someone else. That comes from a toxic individual. So that's why you don't need to worry. You've got to understand that two toxic individuals like narcissists, they ain't going to get along well. You know? Them sitting together on the couch. You know, think about it. This new supply's got a whole history of people behind them as well. The narcissist involved in your life, that was involved in your life, has got a history of people behind them, and one of them is including you, the chosen one and the empath, right? So they're gonna have feelings of jealousy towards each other. They're gonna be jealous of each other's past. They're gonna have a whole heap load of drama So when you see that stupid post on social media where they declare the love for each other and it's the greatest thing that's ever happened, just know it's absolute BS. Please, people, I don't want none of you feeling less than or letting your self-esteem get affected or your self-love get affected because you've seen them go on to a new supply. You need to celebrate them going on to a new supply. If you can take one thing from this video, please take this part. Celebrate them going to a new supply. This new supply has taken your trash away, and the narcissist that was involved in your life has walked into a trashy situation. It's not greener blades of grass. It's not a precious stone like you are, you know. It's not. It's a piece of glass or a blade of grass. It's not a blade. It's not a green blade of grass. Sorry, it's AstroTurf. You know, it's not a green blade of grass. It's not a precious stone. It's a piece of glass and some AstroTurf or some moldy yellow grass. That's where they're at now. That's them. That's what they need. That's what they have to settle for. You know? Please, people, collectively, as a group of empaths, stop looking. No contact. When the time's right for you, you'll do it. So maybe not after this video, but when the time you feels right to stop looking, please stop looking. You're only hurting yourselves. If you're not able to look at their social media and see, yeah, hang about, they're posting to trigger you. They've orientated their social media to anger you. If you're not able to do that yet, it's wise for you not to look. But even if you are able to digest that information and see beneath the veil and see how they've orchestrated their social media towards you, even then it can still hurt you. So I would advise you not to look. Or it's unnecessary stuff that you don't need to be seeing, you know? So, just understand they're pissed now. Wherever they're at with their dusty new supply, two dusties together ain't going to get on well. So, if you'd like to know more about the narcissist who always revalue the chosen one or empath after discard, please click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.